Hello everyone, hope you're all doing great. So this is video 5 where we will be solving a little tougher problems compared to part 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so this will get a little tougher as we go. So please stay till the end of the video, right? So let me share my screen. Okay, so the first question that we have is the display departments having more than 5 employees. So let us show the table first. Right, so if you have seen all the previous videos, you will definitely know what the table we are using, which is the my emp table. Okay, so now you have to display departments having more than 5 employees. So which column you have to pick first? Department underscore id column you have to pick. So select department underscore id. This is fine. Now departments having more than 5 employees, which means you have to count the employees, right? So count emp underscore id as employee underscore count. From my emp table, group them by the department underscore id. So let us see what will happen if you run this. So now you are getting all the employees and their you're getting all the departments and their employee counts. Now they are saying more than 5 employees. So can I put a where condition here? Definitely no, because where will filter at the row level. Now you have to use the keyword called as having that will filter at the group level. So after grouping like this, now you want to filter, then you should use the having clause. Then write having count of emp underscore id, which is greater than 5. Okay, so this having, after writing the group by, you have to write the having clause. So what this having will do, it will filter the aggregate function. Here you cannot write having salary greater than 10,000 like that. Okay, this having is specifically used for aggregate functions only. In where clause, you should not write any aggregate function. In having clause, you should not give any normal column name. Okay, so having count of employee ID greater than 5. So run this, you will see all the departments wherever the employee count is greater than 5. Okay, so next question. Display departments whose average salary is greater than 10,000. So since they already told departments, put a department underscore ID and whose average salary, first take the average of salary as average underscore salary from my emp table, and they are telling that average salary is greater than 10,000. For that, first you have to group them by department underscore id. Now write having, instead of this average of salary, you can also write this name. Okay, so having average underscore salary greater than 10,000. This also works completely fine, right? So you will see the departments wherever the average salary is greater than 10,000. So if they ask you only department ID, you can remove this part also. Okay, so now this will change to average of salary. Okay, so if you run this, now you will get the department IDs 90 and 110. Okay, so previously what we had 90 and 110. Okay, this column if you remove also, nothing will affect the output. Just that column will not be there, but it will not affect anything in your output. Okay. Display departments whose total salary is greater than 40,000. Okay. So now select department underscore ID. Total salary means you have to sum the salary column and give this name as total underscore salary. From my emp table, try to group them by department underscore id. Okay, so let us see what is happening here. Oh, sorry, as total underscore salary. If I run this, I will see department wise what is the total salary. Okay, now you have to filter wherever it is greater than 40,000, which means having total underscore salary greater than 40,000. Okay, so now run this. You will see the departments wherever the salary is greater than 40,000. Okay, so now display departments whose highest salary is greater than 15,000. Okay, so now select, they are asking departments, which means department underscore id column whose highest salary means the max of salary, which is the highest underscore salary, okay, from my EMP table, then group it by the department underscore ID. So you have to display the departments. So you're giving the departments whose highest salary, which is the max of salary, is greater than 15,000. So having max of salary, you have renamed as highest salary. You can take this column or this name also. So I'll put max of salary greater than 15,000. Okay. So now run this. You will see the only department where the maximum salary or the highest salary in that department is greater than 15,000 is for department 90. Okay. Now display. Okay. So the next question, display departments whose lowest salary is less than 5,000. Select department underscore ID. Lowest salary means the minimum salary. So min salary as minimum salary from my EMP table. Okay, so now what you have to group it by department ID. Group by department underscore ID having minimum of salary less than 5,000. Okay, so if you run this, you can see all the departments wherever the minimum salary is less than 5,000. So if you want to check it by yourself, you can just give select star from my EMP. Okay, so let's try this once. Now sort them by department ID. Okay, so for department number 20, minimum salary is what? 6,000. It is not obviously less than 5,000. So we are not getting department 20. You run this. Okay, now if you run this, 20 is not in the list. So that is how you can check for yourself, right? So display job roles having more than 3 employees. Okay, so obviously you have to take the job underscore ID column, and also you have to count the employees first. Count of EMP underscore ID as employee underscore count from which table? My EMP table. And now group them by the job underscore ID wherever, having count of EMP underscore ID is greater than 3 employees. Okay, so let's run this. Now you will see all the job IDs wherever the count is greater than 3 employees. Okay, so this is done. Then you have the next question. Display job roles whose average salary is greater than 7,000. Okay, select. You have to display the job roles, which means job underscore ID, comma, whose average salary is greater than 7,000. Average of salary as average underscore salary from my EMP table. So now we have to filter out the average salary greater than 7,000. Before that, you have to do a group by job underscore ID having average of salary greater than 7,000. Okay, so run this now. You will see wherever the average salary is greater than 7,000, you will get it as the output. Okay, so 7280 it starts from. Now the last 3 questions, display job roles whose total salary is greater than 30,000. Okay, so job roles means a job ID column whose total salary means sum of salary. Why do I keep writing this column name wrong? So select job ID, sum of salary as total salary from my EMP, then group them by the job underscore ID having total underscore salary greater than 30,000. Okay, so run this. You will get all the job IDs wherever the salary is greater than 30,000. Okay, so now last 2 questions. Display departments having more than 2 employees and an average salary greater than 8,000. Okay, so select department underscore ID, then having more than 2 employees, which means count of employees. Count of employee underscore ID as EMP underscore count, comma, average salary. So average of salary as average underscore salary from my EMP table. Group by which column? Department underscore ID column. And now having, what we have to put in having clause? Employee underscore count should be greater than 2 and also average of salary should be greater than 8,000. Okay, don't be surprised if this doesn't give any result. Okay. Yeah, so we have a department where the employee count is 3 and the average salary is greater than 8,000. Okay, so like that we have 3 departments. Okay, so now we have display job roles having more than 2 employees and a total salary greater than 25,000. Okay, so now select job underscore ID having more than 2 employees, which means count of employees. You have to take comma, then total salary range. So sum of salary as total underscore salary from my EMP table, group them by the job underscore ID having, what is the condition that they asked us? Employee count should be greater than 2 and also total salary should be greater than 25,000. Okay, so run. We have all of these job IDs which are matching these 2 conditions. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you're able to understand it to some level, and in the next videos it's gonna be little more difficult than we have seen in the previous videos. So please stay tuned and subscribe so that we can solve all the problems together. Thanks for watching. Bye.